I will talk about our ESOP journey any day. I love that story. I am Grenee Martacho, the CEO of Concord General Contracting. We are a local general contractor serving all areas of the state of Arizona, and I'm here to talk today about the journey that we took to become an ESOP company. So Concord has a long history. We were actually founded in 1972. We are currently pretty much on our third generation of leadership. We actually have grown substantially just over the last few years, especially since becoming an ESOP company. Today, because of the ESOP, we have diversified our markets, and we do about $140 million in work throughout the state of Arizona. So I think it happened 20 years ago when Dale Marr, our past CEO, he went to a leadership class and he learned about an ESOP. And he said, oh my gosh, I just learned about this ESOP thing. That sounds like an amazing opportunity as a secession plan. When we actually did start focusing on the secession plan, John, Dale, and Eric were like, we're ready to retire. You guys can either buy the company as a whole, or there's this option with employee ownership. We didn't even have to have a discussion. We were all in agreement that the ESOP was the best route to go down. As we transitioned into an ESOP company, they wanted to make sure that they had the right leadership in place. They wanted to make sure that the culture that we have here at Concord, from the core values to our mission statement, that the leadership that was going to be taking over was following down that same path. No secession plan is absolutely smooth. We disagreed a lot, but we agreed on that. We said that is absolutely where we want to go. Before we were even an ESOP, I went to those conferences and I was like, we already operate as employee owners. It just worked naturally, I think. And then when we finally actually ripped off the Band-Aid and said, we're doing this, we're becoming an ESOP, then the fun started. I thought when we're going to an ESOP, woohoo, we're going to celebrate employee ownership. Everyone's going to be on the same team. Like, we're going to have parties. We're going to have events. We're going to celebrate statement days. I didn't realize during that first transaction, most of my meetings would be with lawyers. Luckily, I've got a great network within the ESOP organizations that I'm in, and they led me, to a good path. Well, when we first said we were becoming an ESOP, everyone was like, okay, so what? What does that even mean? We had to tie it to our core values. We had to tie it to how we're valued as an organization through that valuation process. When you took it into that level, people understood it. They got that kind of aha moment where they were like, okay, I get that. We're all in this together, and we're all trying to run this business together. So how do we help each other out? If you're going to build wealth through employee ownership, you have to grow. As you can imagine, with the growth that we've had, which has been amazing, obviously all of our employee owners love it, you have to have the culture that aligns with an ESOP. So if you have a culture that micromanages employee owners, doesn't empower them to make their own decisions, it's going to be a struggle. I want to go to the moon and back again with all of our employee owners. I don't know if we would be where we are today without ESOP Partners, honestly. We happened to sit next to them at a conference, and we were like, oh, what do you do? And they're like, oh, we do, we're ESOP Partners. And they started talking about, what you do, and the educational component, Jason Wellman, just phenomenal. And we were like, we're not getting that with who we're currently with. We're like, wow, that sounds amazing. I learned more from ESOP Partners in that 10-minute lunch conversation than I had throughout the entire journey. I'll scream it from the top of a building, like, if you want to become an ESOP, you got to talk to ESOP Partners because they'll hold your hands throughout the entire process.